roll out there for a minute. I know I look crazy, by the way, guys. I have been in the pool most of the day, and I got out for a little bit, and I'm, like, itching to get back in for a little bit, so I'm, like, trying to hurry. So, I'm sorry if I seem a little bit all over the place, but I'm really trying to get back in the pool. I'm a little bit burnt. I have a little bit of allergies going on. So, sorry about that, guys. I have a headache, too. Okay, I'm just complaining now. So, let's get on with our video.
Hey everyone, it's Candy, and this week is Mental Health Awareness Week, and today we're going to talk about depression. Depression is a mental condition characterized by feelings of severe despondency and dejection, typically also with feelings of inadequacy and guilt, often accompanied by lack of energy and disturbance of appetite and sleep. I've had depression pretty much my whole life, ever since I can remember. I've had these feelings. Sometimes I fight it pretty good, and then there are other times I go into days and have even been into weeks and months of severe depression. Typically, when I'm depressed, I don't have a very good appetite. I mean, I know that's hard to believe because I like to eat, girl. So, but that's how I also know when I'm depressed is because I have no appetite. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to sleep. I have no energy, and I'm so really sad and cry for no reasons. Emotional. It goes with my bipolar. I am bipolar, as I've mentioned in my previous video. You know, it's the sadness and you feel lonely. You can have the most supportive partner in the world and have the greatest relationship and family and so forth and support group, but sometimes you just feel lonely, and that's just part of being clinically depressed. And unfortunately, there's not really like a cure, so to speak, but there are ways to manage depression, whether you want to do it through medicine or therapy or counseling or both, or if you want to do holistic routes or natural routes or meditation or yoga or exercise. Exercise is so good for depression and mental illness in general. For some reason, though, you know, it's that vicious cycle to where it's like, well, I know I should exercise, but I don't feel like I don't have the energy to get up and exercise. I go through that so much. I'm not the healthiest person in the world because I don't feel like doing shit, you know. I'll get on a kick to where I do yoga really good for a while, and then I don't want to do it because I have to get up a whole hour or so earlier, and cardio is the same way, or whatever, but it is better for your mental psyche too. They say that's the absolute best medicine, actually, for depression and mental illness. And I do know that when I do those things, I feel a lot better. There are things that maybe trigger it sometimes that I know will cause it, so I try to avoid those situations and people and scenarios. So that's probably the best advice as far as managing it. Sometimes you just can't help the way you feel, and just, you know, when you feel that way, for me, I try to focus on the positives I have going on in my life, and I try to think and breathe and calm down, because as I get older, I'm afraid with all of my different mental illnesses that, you know, it does shorten your lifespan. There was a study I read that people who have different mental illness typically live 20 years less than people without it. And that's a big, if I can find that article, I'll link it below, I'll look it up, but that's a big difference, right? 20 years, guys, that's a big difference. So I'm trying to preserve what I have left. I'll be 37 in almost a week, and I'm just trying to preserve what I have left and live it as comfortable and happy as I can. I know that most of my mental illness is caused by chemical imbalance, but there are things that I can help to manage it and maybe try to, you know, control some of it. And I am a control freak, so I do try those things. Also, talking yourself into or out of things is really crazy, I know, but you can do it. We talk ourselves into anxiety and depressions and sadness, and we also talk ourselves into happiness sometimes. And for some reason, we tend to talk ourselves into sadness easier than we do happiness, right? But what if we took that energy and turned it into talking happiness instead? It does work. It totally works, guys. I find it has been life-changing for me, and I was pretty freaking negative. As I mentioned several times, journaling, adult coloring books, hell, even if you want to use a children's coloring book, whatever, or drawing or art, don't think like it's something for somebody else. It's something for you. So do whatever maybe can calm you down for a minute or lift you up, whichever way it does. Arts and crafts are really, I get a lot of like relaxation out of arts and crafts, so maybe that's something that you get to get into. And if you think you can't, there are so many things I thought I couldn't do that I finally started saying, instead of going like, oh my god, that's too hard, oh there's no way, I finally just said, fuck it, what do I have to lose? Let me try it. And every time I've tried it, I never thought I could do a manicure like this, right? Ever in my life, ever. I mean, it's a little, right, you know, kind of, it's a little worn, but never in my life did I ever think I could do something like that. I always thought like, oh my gosh, I don't know how those girls do that. And look here, I'm fucking doing the manicures. Never in my life did I think I could wear a fucking bikini. Oh, you can't wear a bikini in here. I'm doing it. So get past exposure therapy, like I talk about a lot too. Get past those fears. Fear is the number one reason for failure. So get past those fears. Just fucking do it. Just walk through it. And I know that sometimes you can't just snap out of it. People tell me to snap out of it when I'm in a funk, they call it, or depression. But I know you can't just snap out of it. But little baby steps, and little by little, I feel it does get better. I feel like the more you try to breathe and meditate and think positive thoughts, I really think it helps. I know it helps because it's changed my life. So I hope that little bit of information helps you. Know that you're never, ever alone. If you feel alone, if you feel like there's nobody else, there's so many places online to reach out to, including activists, support groups, YouTubers like myself. You can find me anywhere all over the internet. I am Candy Calistar, literally pretty much everywhere. There are other YouTubers and activists, and just understand that even if you do contact anybody, we always keep it private, and we don't put your business out there unless you send us nudie pics that we have not asked for. But on a serious note, guys, I'm serious. Like, if you ever need anything, please always ask somebody. You are never alone. You are never a problem. You are worthy. You are perfect. You are good enough. You are individual, and nobody else is you. You're your only person. So always remember that, okay? Always remember that. I haven't even thought about what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. Since it is Mental Health Awareness Week, it will have something to do with probably one of my mental conditions and my mental health. If you have any suggestions, you can comment below. Maybe it'll get my wheels spinning for tomorrow morning to get a video out for you guys. Alright guys, I want to get back in the pool. Mwah! See you tomorrow. Bye.